What's up, guys? In the last week, I did something kind of unusual and something that's kind of against the grain of what is recommended to do, which is you're not supposed to train the same body part 2 days in a row. Well, I trained the same body part for a whole week straight. Now, I didn't train it to like total failure. I didn't do crazy amount of sets every day, but I still did. I just wanted to be persistent and get at least 3 sets in of hammer curls. So I have two 30-pound weights in my basement, and while watching YouTube videos or playing video games kind of in between rounds and such, I just pump out like 15 reps or so of hammer curls every day for a few sets, and just to note the results. And even though it won't be anything that's like drastic or crazy, I just want to try it, because I'm the type of guy where it's like I'd rather figure out things for myself, what works and what doesn't work. Other than just kind of take the status quo word for it, or like what's being tell you what you should or shouldn't do. And I think, I'm just going out there, I think you can train the same body part at least 2 days in a row, if not every day, if you just don't like train so you destroy the muscle every time. Otherwise, that might cause some issues, right? Like if you did a proper leg day every day where you're doing squats and deadlifts and everything, like leg press and everything, yeah, you'll destroy your legs. I wouldn't recommend doing that 2 days in a row. But, if you went for a light jog, which is working your legs every day, that's fine, right? So I think there's something to be said about dialing down like a workout routine and doing it more frequently. It's about training frequency, where the frequency is literally every day, as opposed to splitting up throughout the week in a type of split. So I'm going to note that, I also did, my other days. I did back day, I did pec day, I did leg day, I did arm day. But technically every day was an arm day, well, it was a hammer curl day. And so taking just note of it, I definitely notice way more hardness in my bicep and even fullness. So it is doing something. I think it is doing something. My biceps don't feel like they're overly fatigued or injured by any means, because it's not like I was using super heavy weight. It's heavy enough, 30-pound dumbbells, but it was but I wasn't going for a crazy amount of sets or anything, to just destroying my biceps every day. So, but staying persistent. And kind of the theory that I had that I'm going with is, if you think about it, people who do like manual labor, who use their arms and hands all day, every day, they got pretty big forearms and arms, right? Like I know some guy, he wasn't a big guy, but when he would go to shake your hand, his like hands were like fucking meat hooks, like compared to mine, like big sausage fingers. He was like, you could like crush my hand if you wanted to, because he works with his hands every day. So my rationale is, if you be persistent in your training, persistent being increase the training frequency for a specific body part, but don't have it so the amount of load is like, keep the load low and keep the amount of sets low, right? Then I think you can train more frequently a body part and maybe even get more out of that body part, like get more gains in some ways. The kind of parallel that I'm going to draw here is like with steroids. So obviously you can blast large amounts of gear, but then you kind of destroy your body in the process, and you're not able to sustain long cycles, right? Well, with dialing lower amounts of gear, you can potentially push the cycle for a little bit longer, a few months even, if that makes sense. And as a result of going for longer, it's kind of like the tortoise and hare analogy as well. Like, you're winning the long game race, if that makes sense, because you're still training hard. You still got a super physiological load of anabolics there, but it's not like you're going on for a shorter period of time, then off to let your whole body recover, and then on again. It's just like you're doing enough where you're getting something, but it's not destroying the body in the process. And the same then goes for the workouts. Maybe you can increase training frequency for a certain body part. Granted that you're not just destroying muscles in the process, like on a crazy bicep day, you know what I mean? I made a video the other day about how to do a proper bicep workout where we can make major gains. Definitely do those too, but you know, just doing a few curls every day. If you want to grow a body part, maybe throw just a few sets in there, not a crazy amount of weight, but at least you're doing something, if that makes sense. And in doing so, I believe your body will adapt, and that muscle might grow in the process, or bellies become stronger. You're definitely, as a result, building a neuromuscular connection there. And getting a little pump every day. I don't know, maybe there's something to it. And I'm just kind of experimenting. What do you guys think? Am I onto something? But, you know, there are people who go for a morning jog every day. How is that any different? Right? Because it's not like they're going for a marathon jog necessarily every day, although some might. But they might jog for a few K, mile or two, right? Every day. And as a result, they're definitely going to improve. If you did that every day for a month, by the end of the month, you're going to improve a lot. So maybe there's something to be said about, I'm just going to be throwing more, just doing random biceps. Maybe not every day from now on. I did it every day for a week. So I'll take a break. I'll take a day or two break off it. But maybe 5 days a week, just get a bicep pump going. I don't know. I think I'm kind of onto something. This isn't something that I've heard anybody recommend or anybody really do. Really, the whole, you're supposed to do a split for a reason, for the recovery, right? Well, and so as a result, the training frequency is going to be less. Well, maybe you're not going to be making as good gains because the training frequency is less. But granted, you have to. It's a sacrifice where you can't go as for intensity and volume. So, I don't know. I'm going to continue with it, at least with my biceps, because that's a body part I kind of want to grow for the summertime. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll report in maybe in a week or two as I'll continue doing it for at least, I'm going to do it for 5 days a week from now on, not every day. Give it a 2-day break, because it needs a little bit of breather. It's like, if you were to take a breath in, nothing but breathing in, you're going to come to a point where you can't breathe in anymore. And I think that's the same with gains. So you need to breathe out, and then breathing out is the relaxation part, right? A few steps forward, 1 step back, so to speak. So I'll leave it there, guys. Just a simple video. Training every day hammer curls. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.